Number 4, this AI-related stock extended its recent rally and is now up 1,000% over the last 6 months. SanDisk (SNDK). SanDisk has jumped more than 1,000% since last summer. The stock finished slightly higher on Thursday, following gains of nearly 11% during the previous sessions, as in advance of almost 10% of the day before. SNDK closed Tuesday's sessions as $503.4 after trading below $50 as recent as last August. Number 5, U.S. President Donald Trump filed a $5 billion lawsuit against World Financial Services giant longtime CEO. JP Morgan Chase and Jamie Dimon. President Donald Trump sued Morgan Chase and its longtime CEO Jamie Dimon, claiming the bank unlawful closed his and his business accounts for political reasons, a practice his lawsuit labels debanking. When it's facing potential new tariffs from Europe, while deploying its AI coercion instrument, which is known as what? The trade bazooka. In response to U.S. tariff threats related to Greenland dispute, European leaders consider the U.S. its powerful anti-coercion instrument. Informing debate, trade bazooka, its tool allows the EU impose countermeasures as a trade restriction investments limited is necessary. According to a recent regulatory filing, Berkshire Hathaway and could upload 27.5% stake in one iconic food company. The Kraft Heinz. A recent SEC filing showed that Berkshire Hathaway may sell its 27.5% interest in Kraft Heinz KHC packaged food giant known as brand like Heinz ketchup and Kraft's macaroni cheese, marking its potential end to one of its long-held Sinners' record by receiving 60 academic award nominations, and the movie Disrupted by which publicly traded company. Warner Brothers Discovery. Sinners was released as distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures as a major Hollywood studio that is part of the publicly traded media conglomerate Warner Discoveries. Number 9. After rising its lead up its earnings release, Intel dropped immediately after missed quarterly reports after revealing revenue and profit forecasts below market expectations. Intel shares fell and extended trading Thursday after the semiconductor giant reported stronger than expected fourth quantitative results as issued guidance for the coming quarter and was below Wall Street forecasts. Capital One Financial (COF) agreed to acquire. What does BRICS do? Specialized in technology and credit cards. Capital One Financial agreed to acquire BRICS, a fintech that specializes in technology and credit cards expenses, and the reward for $5.115 billion. BRICS, founded in 2017, served other startups, was finding its challenges to cooperate the card from traditional companies. Capital One strikes $5.1 billion deal for fintech BRICS. Deal gives the credit card issuers access to technology used by thousands of companies for corporate credit cards. Updated January 2nd, 2026 for 12:59 p.m. ET. CNBC News Capital One is buying startup Breeze for $5.51 billion in credit cards, firm's latest deal. Published Thursday, January 22, 2026. Key points. Capital One is acquiring payment startup to Breeze for $5.15 billion, the latest splashes deal undertaken by CEO Richard Fairbank. The bank disclosed the deal in its fourth quarter earnings statements. Breeze was previously valued at $12.3 billion, and the more than 50% decline in valuation shows that the headwind that eventually even successful fitness have encountered. Capital One said Thursday that it was acquiring payment startup Breeze from $5.15 billion, the latest splashes deal undertaken by bank CEO Richard Fairbank. The firm, which disclosed the acquisition in its fourth quarter earnings statement, and said purchase is made up of 50% cash and 50% stock. Breeze was previously valued at $12.3 billion. Shares of the bank fell at 3% under Fairbank, a rare founder, CEO of a major U.S. bank. Capital One acquired a rival card firm, Discover Financial, last year for about $35 billion. That deal was Fairbank's crowning achievement, giving his credit card lenders access to one of the only payment networks to any of scales. Since our finding, we set out to build a payment company at frontier of technology revolution. Fairbank said an increase acquiring Breeze accelerates this journey, especially in business payment and marketplace. Fairbank said that Breeze pioneered melding the corporate cards, banking, and spending management software. They have taken rarest of journeys for the fintech buildings and vertically integrated platform from the bottom of the tech stack up to the top. Still, more than 50% decline in valuations for Breeze from 2023 level shows that headwind even successful fintech company has encountered. Breeze is among a class of fintech firms that rose prominence during the period of low interest rate. It's known as initially startup that make the loans to other startups. Via its card, that the company expanded beyond technology into other sectors. Now, services large established firms and startups alike, including Robinhood, Zoom, and Anthropic. Capital One has offered business credit card for decades. Become increasingly convinced that it was Breeze models and winning offerings. According to Personal with knowledge and latest strategies, we don't have to purchase the acquisition. We grow increasingly strong. Breeze CEO Pedro Franceschi told CNBC an interview. Combining Breeze technology with Capital One, reaching resources will grow startups scaling faster than the standalone firm, he said. Score 2%. BlackRock singles out Ethereum as beneficiary of growth. In the next era, tokenization at Ethereum is poised to dominate the market. It currently commands over 65% tokenized assets across blockchain networks. Wall Street giant BlackRock identified Ethereum as a network poised to benefit most from the growth of tokenization. Today, its largest consists of digital token representation fiat, current and U.S. Treasuries, but it's poised to grow as a variety of real-world assets. RWAs go on-chain. More than 65% of tokenized assets are currently to Ethereum's blockchain, according to BlackRock's 2026 Thematic Outlook published on Wednesday by Jay Jacobs, U.S. head of Thematic active ETFs. Looking ahead, tokenization future investing. As we look toward the next era of tokenization, Ethereum may be poised to be a beneficiary growth. Tokenization assets by blockchain, Ethereum, BNB Chain, Solana, Stellar, Arabian, Avalanche, Aptos, Polygon, XRP, Ledgers, Zexlin, ERA. Chart source: BlackRock using data from RWA as of January 5, 2026 for illustrative purposes only, subject to change, not an exhaustive list. Chart descriptions: Pie chart showing tokenized assets by blockchain highlighted Ethereum's dominance with 65% of the share. BlackRock already has a stake in the game through the BUDL, a tokenized product on Ethereum that earns yields from US Treasury bills. WA issues that primarily looking for the liquidation and distribution, and the Ethereum provides the best value proposition for its today. The Demerity Boron, a partner at the early stage venture firm Archery. There is already a massive amount of on-chain liquidity availability from the DFI, a global user space on the benefit from the access to tokenized assets, a robust set of infrastructures that make the assets more than accessible for users. The balance told the Straightforward News that 52.7% of the stable coins that take representation fiat currencies have issued on them data from the shows that meanwhile the Ethereum is home to Tether's XAUT, a cryptocurrency backed by physical gold that has a market cap of $2.5 billion and a 24-hour trading volume that exceeds $334 million. There is Lindy Ethereum being the global credit neutral settlements layer of the world's GDP. I don't think it's a winner takes all markets, and the chance like Solon provinces and the Canton will continue to get market share, but I do expect that distribution will be similar to Bitcoin's dominance. Ethereum's treasury from Ethereum acquires 2 aircraft engines. Stock whipsaw ahead next week's big tech earnings. The S&P 500 whipsaw begin before finish marginal higher ahead of next week's big tech earnings when Meta, Microsoft, Tesla will report. Nasdaq 100 outperformed, officially erasing all losses, and President Trump Europe's tariff threats last week. The Russell 2000 SEC breaking its 14-session streak of outperforming the S&P 500. Financial services that was performing sector ETF, while materials was the best. Stocks that moved higher, Advanced Micro Devices rose from 9 consecutive sessions as Intel supply constraint represented as opportunity. CPU for market shares gains. Nvidia gains as China. Officials will allow the leading tech company to progress its plans to import 200. Microsoft jumped after announcing Raw Alpha and its robotic AI model derived from the vision of language models. Wall Street moved brightened Nintendo and momentum for Switch 2 building. Spot fee roses following upgrade from the Goldman Sachs and represented. Booz Allen and Melvin Jones after booting for 4-year earnings outlook posting better than expected Q3 despite the reported weaker than expected 2026 earning guidance after Bell yesterday shared Alaska Airlines. Stock that moves low, Intel tumbled after investors was disappointed by its Q1 guidance in yesterday's earning call, in which management asked for time delivered to turn around that trader has already aggressively been pricing. Capital One dropped after a Q4 earning miss, and the bank announces its deal to buy startups breaks for $5.1 billion. More markets earnings sessions change for AI hyperscales. to their mojo back.